Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Immigrant Blueprint. I am attorney Ebony Anuforo. I'm an immigration attorney and I represent clients in all 50 states and around the world regarding U.S. immigration law. And today I want to talk about one of the most important and impactful topics in immigration, in my opinion, and that is how to submit a winning VAWA case in 2024. So whether you're an immigrant survivor of abuse or you're supporting someone through this process, I think it's very important that you understand how to file a strong VAWA case because it can make all of the difference. So in today's video, I will be breaking down the key steps and share some essential tips and discuss what's new for VAWA cases in 2024. So if you're looking to file under the Violence Against Women Act or assist someone in doing so, stay tuned. So before I get started, if you find this content helpful, please don't forget to like it, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss any updates on immigration law. So first, let's quickly go over what VAWA is. And VAWA stands for the Violence Against Women Act. And it is a law that allows certain non-citizens who have been victims of abuse or extreme cruelty by a U.S. citizen or a lawful permanent resident family member to apply for legal status, work authorization, and even permanent residency without the abuser's involvement or their knowledge. Now, it is important to remember that VAWA applies for both men and women, and it is available to spouses, children, and even certain parents of abusive U.S. citizens. So if you are the parent of a U.S. citizen over 21 and you have been abused by your child, then VAWA, you qualify for VAWA. Now, let's talk about the first key step when submitting a winning VAWA case, and that is evidence. Okay, so one of the most crucial factors in any VAWA petition is proving abuse, and this includes physical abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, financial, or even sexual abuse. So here are some examples of some strong evidence that you can submit. Police reports. Now, police reports is not required for a VAWA petition. And while it's not required, it is a really strong piece of evidence when you are trying to prove that there was abuse in the relationship. So if you filed a police report or made a complaint with the court, then that is a really strong piece of evidence. But remember, it is not required when applying for VAWA. Medical records is also very good, strong evidence. Emails, text messages, or social media messages that document the abuse in the relationship is strong evidence. Sworn affidavits from family members, friends, or professionals like doctors or therapists who are aware of the abuse is also really strong evidence. And if you have photographs showing any injuries or the aftermath of the abuse, that is also really good evidence when you are applying for a VAWA self-petition. Even if you don't have the exact documents that I listed and went over, there are other ways to prove your case, which is why it's really essential for you to work with an immigration attorney who can help you gather any types of alternative forms of evidence. Now, the second step is demonstrating that you are a person of good moral character. USCIS wants to see that you've maintained a clean record and that you are a person who warrants this benefit, okay? So you'll need to submit evidence like a police clearance certificate from every location where you've lived in the US, okay, for the past 3 years. Any court records if applicable, right? And if you can, you want to also submit character reference letters from respected members in your community, such as religious leaders, teachers, or your employer. Even if you've had minor legal issues or minor legal criminal issues in your past, don't panic. There are ways to be able to explain these circumstances. And you want to be able to do that and provide context to USCIS as to why you had those legal issues. This is really why it's so important for you to work with an immigration attorney, because they'll be able to help you navigate those nuances. Next up is proving that you had a bona fide relationship with the abuser. And this means you'll need to show that your relationship was real and not entered into solely for immigration purposes. So if you're married to your abuser, or was married to your abuser, or were married to your abuser, then you want to provide evidence of a marriage certificates, proof of joint finances, such as shared bank accounts, leases, or utility bills, photographs of your life together, correspondence, and other documents that show that you lived together and had a life together. So even if you left a relationship, you can still submit evidence that you were in fact in a relationship with your abuser, okay? So VAWA does not require you to stay in the relationship. VAWA doesn't require you to stay married or continue to live with your abuser, but you still have to be able to provide evidence of that bona fide relationship. Now, the final critical step in winning your VAWA case is your personal statement. Now, this is your chance to tell your story in your own words. It should explain the abuse, how it impacted you, and why you're seeking VAWA protection. So in your personal statement, or your declaration, as I like to call it, you want to be detailed and honest and also specific. You want to share how the abuse made you feel, how it affected your daily life, and why you chose to leave the relationship. If you did not leave the relationship, you can also share reasons why you choose not to leave the relationship. But the declaration is your chance to really tell your story of how you were impacted by the abuse. Okay, now let's talk about what's new for VAWA cases in 2024. The process itself for VAWA hasn't really changed significantly, but there are a few things that I want you to keep in mind for VAWA this year. And number one is that there's an increased awareness and resources for VAWA victims. So more organizations are available now to help survivors of abuse navigate the immigration process. So if you are in need of resources, you should reach out for support. There are more attorneys that are also offering this service. So there's a lot more awareness around this benefit for victims. So if you are in this situation, you don't have to feel like you're alone. There are a lot of people that are offering support for victims of abuse. Number two, processing times. Now, due to the high volume of cases, like I said, a lot more people are aware about VAWA, so USCIS has been receiving a lot more cases. The USCIS processing times may be longer. In fact, they are longer now. As of the time of the recording of this video, the VAWA process is taking an average 3 years. So when you're submitting your application, it's really important for you to submit a well-prepared case to avoid any unnecessary delays further in your case, okay? And also heightened scrutiny. So with the changes in immigration policies over the years in general, USCIS is scrutinizing cases more closely. So this makes it even more important that you submit a strong and well-documented VAWA case with strong evidence when you're applying, okay? Now, I know that filing a VAWA petition can be overwhelming, but with the right approach and support, you can submit a winning VAWA case. So you want to remember that to gather strong evidence, you want to prove that you're a person of good moral character. You want to demonstrate that you are in a bona fide or were in a bona fide relationship with your abuser. And you want to write a strong and compelling personal statement talking about and detailing the abuse that you suffered. Now, if you need help with your VAWA petition, you can feel free to reach out to my law office. We specialize in immigration law, and we've helped many clients successfully navigate the VAWA process and receive their green card through VAWA. So we'd be happy to work with you. You can set up a consultation with me to talk about the details in your case. And if you have any questions, you can also reach out to me if you have a general immigration question. I'd love to talk to you about your personal immigration matter. Again, thanks again for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who might find the information on this channel helpful. and I will see you in the next one. Take care.